Hey guys, what's going on? Will here, Flawless Crested Geckos, coming to you guys with another video this week. And this week is a Q&A and very simple to the, let's say, average keeper or breeder. But again, we have to remember, we have to bring people into the hobby, into this crazy passion that we all have. So the question this week is, why does my gecko keep attacking me? Again, coming on Instagram, and they want to know why do they keep getting bit. This young lady has a young male gecko, and we did our best to pretty much help her out. Now, to the general public, this can happen with any gecko, male or female. These geckos go through various stages of life, and again, this is all our opinion, our experience in working with them. Sometimes you have geckos that are extremely calm, pretty much from hatch throughout their adulthood. And sometimes you have some that kind of go through spastic periods, those terrible twos, if you can kind of categorize it as, where they're a growing pain, where every time they spot you or see you, they kind of just go crazy, they go a little loopy, run around. And in each one of these situations, you would handle them a little bit differently. So anytime you have a gecko that's running around crazy all the time, you may want to ease them into getting a little comfortable with you, working on your hand walking with them in a controlled environment, you know, just spending time with your animal. By doing that, you're kind of boosting their security level, their comfort level with you. You guys have to remember, it's literally instilled in them as them being literally prey, and these large, you know, objects, us looking like predators to them. So again, increase the contact with them over time, where they pretty much are having great points of contact time and time again, and feeling safe. And obviously they'll get used to, hey, I'm being handled, I'll tolerate this, I'm not being hurt, and kind of move on from there. Now, for those young males that, you know, every time you handle them and you're having some fun with your gecko, they kind of try to take a chunk out of you. Now, that can be still happen for various reasons. If you have several geckos, I've noticed this over the years. When we start taking photos, I always photograph my males first, and then my females. I literally do that, and it's strategic. I am less likely to get bit doing it that way versus how I used to do it before, where I was just kind of taking pictures to take pictures, males, females, whatever it may be. And I found myself getting bit more often during those times, and it's because the males can now smell the female, especially on your hands, and they're trying to go into breeding mode. Are you guys needing some assistance with your crested gecko breeding programs? Well, check out our Patreon. We've been running it here now for pretty much close to 2 years. Everyone's been extremely excited. We keep adding new perks every time you guys turn around. We give away Xanthics, we give away high whites, we give away lily whites. We actually upgraded this year to, we're giving away over 12 geckos every single year. That averages out to at least a gecko a month, and we've been doing over that. So you are not going to want to miss becoming a part of the Flawless Crested Geckos Patreon family. There's 2 tiers. There's a $50 tier and there's a $100 tier. You get all your funds back in the form of Flawless Crested Gecko savings account. You can take advantage of having 5% additional off by being a Patreon member, as well as having year-round free shipping. You guys are not going to want to miss this, so go head over to patreon.com/Flawless Crested Geckos. All right, so that's a scenario you need to think about if you're having some of those issues. But with this specific question, it had nothing to do with that. She basically said it was the only male that she had. The male was roughly around 30 grams, and all that for me means that that male is just kind of coming into his own. He's getting into, still in that terrible 2 stage, but all these geckos want to do is eat, breed, and crap. So he's getting into that zone where he wants to breed. That's often referred to as breeding behavior, and it's very normal. typically those males will grow out of it, especially once they start breeding. Typically they'll grow out of it. Some males are literally just breeding animals. We have Yoshi here, where Yoshi will breed literally as soon as you put him in with a female. He don't care if you're sitting there watching him. He don't care if it's 10 people watching him. He will breed no matter what. You put him in with a new female, he is going to go breed. Then we have other geckos which are extremely laid back, and they kind of just want to be left alone in solitude and do their thing. So there are definitely characteristics and traits of each gecko, of their, I guess you would say, even personalities to a sense. These things are coming second nature for them, and it's basically normalcy. So the advice we gave her was the same concept. Make sure she washes her hands, even though this is the only gecko that she has, and more so coaching her to deal with her gecko's behavior, where, okay, cool, don't have a huge fear. A crested gecko bite is not painful 99% of the time. They catch you in the right spot, that 1% of the time will hurt, but 99% of the time a crested gecko bite is not going to be painful. So just kind of coaching her up to let her know, hey, don't pull away from him. There's ways that you can kind of get him to let go, but at the same time he's doing what's a normal behavior for him. So we want to make sure that we can kind of set the stage for him to at least be safe and not injure your gecko. She was completely fine, and here it is 2 months later. She says he is no longer attacking her as soon as she goes to kind of take him out of his enclosure. So she is literally excited and pleased that we helped her with her crested gecko issue. Again, if you guys are having any issues, you can definitely put them down in the comments. If you're feeling a little shy, again, we're welcoming to everyone. Definitely jump over to Instagram, shoot us a message. We'll respond to you right away. Again, as you see in these videos, if you feel like you're asking a question that's very simple or you don't feel very secure, we do not put you on blast, but we love to get this information out there, because if we don't learn and teach together, then we kind of are turning off the general public. Everyone here in the industry, in the hobby, typically know what's going on for the most part, and very rarely have beginner-ish issues. But again, we need to bring the beginners in order to prolong this industry and hobby. But it's Will, Flawless Crested Geckos, and we out.